2021 Lenoir City Board of Education meeting. Roll call.
Rick Chadwick.
Here.
Matthew Coleman.
Here.
Glenn McNish.
Here.
Mitch Ledbetter. Bobby Johnson is absent.
Everyone please stand for a moment of silence. Pledge allegiance. Thank you very much. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item number 5, approval of agenda. Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and a second on the agenda. Any discussion? Roll call.
Rick Chadwick.
Aye.
Matthew Coleman.
Aye.
Glenn McNish.
Item number 6, approval of minutes from the February 11th, 2021 regular board meeting.
Make a motion to approve.
Second. Got a motion and a second. Any discussion on the minutes? Roll call.
Rick Chadwick.
Aye.
Matthew Coleman.
Aye.
Glenn McNish.
Aye.
Item number 7, here motion we pay our bills.
I'll make the motion. Second.
Got a motion and a second. Pay our bills. Any discussion? Roll call.
Rick Chadwick.
Aye.
Matthew Coleman.
Aye.
Glenn McNish.
Aye.
Mitch Ledbetter.
I'll have a clue.
All right, new business. Approval of the teacher pay proposal. Dr. Barker?
Yes, Board, it's my pleasure to recommend to you a bonus opportunity for all employees, teachers, staff, custodians, cafeteria workers, bus drivers, everyone we want included in this for the in recognition of the work that they have been doing. So we've been able to utilize the money that was sent to us from the state for our teachers, but then in addition to that, we have added the opportunity for the rest of our employees that we value so much. And so I'm recommending for approval bonus of 1.77% of their second semester salary as a bonus to be paid out at the end of the year.
Sounds wonderful.
Make a motion we approve.
Second. Got a motion and a second. Any more discussion on the pay proposal? Roll call.
Rick Chadwick.
Aye.
Matthew Coleman.
Aye.
Glenn McNish.
Aye.
Mitch Ledbetter.
Aye.
Item number 11, approval to move funds from the unassigned fund balance to capital project fund. Anything, say anything about this? Jeannie, you wanna?
We're recommending that we move some funds from our unassigned fund balance in general purpose fund to the capital projects fund in order to be able to accomplish some of those building projects and repair things that we need that are coming up. The amount we're recommending to move is $3 million.
So we bring this to you for approval.
Now, we can do this and still have adequate fund balance in our regular general purpose fund. This will not cause us to have any issues in being able to respond to any emergency or shortfall of funds that we might encounter.
How much will that leave in there?
Hang on just a second, I will tell you. We, based on our fund balance numbers at the beginning of the year, that would still leave us $5.3 million in our regular fund balance, and that's still very healthy.
Make a motion, we approve moving the money to the capital projects fund.
Didn't he say?
I'll second.
I thought Mitch did. Oh, you did? You get that? Alright, got a motion in a second. Any more discussion? Roll call.
Rick Chadwick,
Aye.
Matthew Coleman,
Aye.
Glenn McNish,
Aye.
Mitch Ledbetter.
No.
Item number 12, approval of following policy revisions. And these are, I think, all the ones that we went over in our last workshop. It seems like forever. So I'll just read these off and we can vote on all of them at once. And if you got any questions, we'll discuss them. Item number A, 4.603, promotion and retention. Item B, 6.303, interrogations and searches. Item C, 6.304, student discrimination, harassment, and bullying, intimidation, and cyberbullying. D, suspension, expulsion, remand. E, 6.500, special education students. Anybody got any questions or issues on these?
Motion we approve the provisions. No.
Second.
All right, we got a motion in a second. Any more discussion on the policies? Roll call.
Rick Chadwick,
Aye.
Matthew Coleman,
Aye.
Glenn McNish,
Aye.
Mitch Ledbetter.
Item 13, presentation of initial budget request.
Yes, Board, I want to thank our principals and supervisors for the hard work they've done on working with their staff and developing their requests for the budget for this coming year. We're beginning to pull together all that information, and so as we do according to our timeline, this is when we share with you, Board, their initial requests. And they've done a very good job of going through and looking at what their needs are. We will continue to build on this as we get through our season of looking at what our needs are. Jeannie, do you have anything else you would like to add to that?
No, it is still very early days. Revenue information coming out of the state is a little slow this year. We haven't gotten our WFTEADA yet, so we're still waiting to see what those revenue amounts will be. Did want to point out one of the things in the packet. It's kind of, you have to scroll down to the middle, but we do have in here our salary information. We like to give you that every year at this time to just sort of give you some basic information about what it would cost to implement salary schedule increases at each level, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's been a while since we've had enough money to do a 4, but that information is in here for you, so you'll have to scroll down into the middle of the packet to find that. It is there. We just got information yesterday from the state on TCRS. Becky listened to a webinar that the state TCRS had set up yesterday. They will increase our contribution rates a little bit there. This year it's been 10.27, I believe, for teachers, and it's going to go up to 10.30. So a little bit of an increase there, but not a huge jump. Our support folks will stay the same rate. That's really all we've got at this time.
And I can add some additional information to that. Yesterday, I was in meetings all day in Nashville, and we had an update from Mary Ann Dursky, who is over our school finance managers, and we're talking about what particular increases we might see, and a number of 2.5% on insurance was one that was kind of projected at this time, and then that same information that Jeannie just shared there as well. So there is going through the legislature right now a bill on holding school districts harmless who have lost students, and it was interesting that Mary Ann shared with us. There are, out of the 164 districts in the state of Tennessee, there are 9 who have gained students. Everyone else has lost students. We are one that has gained students. So we're in a very small group of schools. So my concern was making sure that the BEP Harmless did not hold us to the same level of funding as last year, because we actually have grown. And so there is a phrase in there, as long as it stays in, you know, you never know what's going to happen to a bill at the last minute, that will allow us to have our growth, to acknowledge the growth that we have had. Because as our principals can attest, and as I have had conversations with the board, we know that we need additional space, additional teachers, additional resources to meet the needs of our additional students. And so I'm closely watching that bill to see where it stands. But that's what's moving through the legislature at this time. So, thank you, Jeannie. Are there any questions on that?
This item here was discussion only, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, item number 14, ESER 2.0 and ESER 3.0 updates.
Yes, and again, this is information for you. We have received, as of this week, approval for our ESER 2.0 plan. And so we're excited to go ahead and get started in that. We have information on our ESER 3.0 as far as what our allocation is right now. However, details are still being worked out as to timelines of when that needs to be spent. Initially, we were told that our plan will open for submissions April 1st. So we are going to sit down and work on what we need to do to accomplish the things that you have to do with this money. There are strings tied to it. It's not like you get it and say, have at it, go spend it. There are lots of strings attached to it. In addition to that, ESER 2 and ESER 3 will require monthly reporting to the state. And so there's going to be some additional work that will have to be done from our accounting and business offices. So we need to take that, get our heads around exactly what that's going to look like and what we need to do to address that as well. So those funds will help us meet the needs of students through the summer. And there is a great emphasis, and there's a percentage of those dollars that has to be spent on making up some of the time that students have lost due to quarantines. And so we're aggressively looking at how we can do that throughout this summer, next summer, the following summer, and after school during the school year. So more to come as we sit down and look through what the opportunities are going to be through the use of those funds.
That was information.
That was information.
All right, item number 15, that takes us to the superintendent comment.
Okay, again, we are concerned about the weather. And as you can hear what's going on right now, I just made the call that we will be closing and sending buses to our elementary and middle school at 2 o'clock today. And then at our high school at 2:30, so that we can get our buses back in and off the road before 4 o'clock, which is when our Mr. Sims has said he's been in contact with the 911 center, and they're saying that we need to be off the road by that time. So we've just made that call. Our principals have sent out information to parents, and Ms. Sheila is getting all that information out to our media outlets. So know that that's what we're going to be doing, and we just hope everybody stays safe later this afternoon and through the evening. Our after-school programs, I know at the middle school have been canceled, and I'm assuming we'll take care of those at the other areas as well, because we want people to stay safe. So, want that update for the board. Also, board, I made a presentation to the Civitan Club this week. It was very well received and very positive on trying to make sure that we stay up to date with giving everybody information on the state of our schools and the good things that are happening and the hard work that our teachers and principals are putting in. So, that's it.
That is, thank you. Mitch, you got anything? Lee?
No.
Becky?
I'm good.
Your motion, we adjourn.
So move.
Second.
Third. A motion and second, roll call.
Rick Chadwick,
Aye.
Matthew Coleman,
Aye.
Glenn McNish,
Aye.
Mitch Ledbetter.
Aye.
15.